I'm Anne Vergnon. I'm an application consultant for Titian Software, and today I'm going to give you a quick introduction to Mosaic and what we worked on with ChemAxon for managing ChemAxon registered substances using our software Mosaic. So first, what is Titian Software? So we were founded in '99. Our headquarters is in London. And we also have a US office in Westborough, Massachusetts, and another office in Poland. We are specializing in sample management. We have about 90 plus employees now, and most of them are actually focused on Mosaic development. So we also have support teams in London, US, and Shanghai. And our product suite is called Mosaic, and I will talk a little bit more about that. So Mosaic is our product suite. It started as a very configurable software that for each customer, we would go through lengthy analysis and really trying to configure to what the customer wanted. And as our experience grew, and we really found that some of the processes were common to many of the sample management labs that we were going through, we thought that we could just provide packages that are pre-configured versions of Mosaic. So the basic one is Mosaic Freezer Management that you would use for inventory tracking. And then if you add ordering, then the next package would be Mosaic Sample Bank. So these are the modules that we offer in Mosaic. So the core is the inventory tracking. And with this tracking, we integrate with various types of automation, from your simple 2D barcode scanner to your liquid handler, automated store, and all bigger system. We also, once you have established your inventory, then we offer ordering and with ordering sample processing to fulfill these orders. And as you grow and you become a multi-site company and you need to track the samples beyond your own lab, then we have track shipping and assay requesting. And all along, we offer various APIs to connect with all the other databases and softwares that you need to use for sample management. So Titian and ChemAxon have partnered to showcase an integration between our software Mosaic and the ChemAxon registration. So before I give you a little demo, I wanted to first talk about concepts and backgrounds. So inventory really is to track the physical container level information, amount, concentration, labware type. The registration system, you want to more track what are the properties of the substance that is contained in those containers. So molecular weight, substance ID, the chemist who made it. I mean, you're all very familiar with all those properties. And so many customers may already have a registration system. They might have only for small molecules, but they want to then track their inventory. And so we can integrate with the customer's registration system, or they can also use the Mosaic registration system with it or in addition to, which for additional flexibility. So this is a representation of what I just talked about. So on the left-hand side, you would have the registration with all the properties associated with the substance. And then on the right-hand side, you have Mosaic inventory tracking, where you could track all the container information. And linking the substance ID, it could be other properties as well that would be linking the two databases. So now I'm going to show you a little video of this integration between the ChemAxon registration and Mosaic sample management software. So I will take you through registering a compound in the ChemAxon registration system. Then I'll create few tubes of this substance, and then I'll place them in the manual store, and then I'll show you that there is links between the two, so the user can go back and forth very easily. So first, we're going to do the registration. So we're going to use the naming tool where you can just enter a name and it will pop up the structure. So this is the ChemAxon registration system. So we'll register a new batch of ibuprofen. We'll enter the notebook number. And then we'll click on register. So that completes the registration system. It gets a new batch number. And then let's look at some details. So now you see the information about the structure and the new batch. Then we'll click on the menu, and we have this link, which is the Create Tube in Mosaic. This opens the Mosaic interface, where you'll notice that the information about the substance is already populated. And then we'll fill out all the information about the containers. So the container type, and then the amount, so 1 ml, and then 10 millimolar. And we're actually making 3 tubes, and we're asking Mosaic to generate the 3 barcodes for these 3 tubes. So these are the 3 barcodes. At that point, you also have the ability to print labels for these 3 tubes we just created. So now let's look at one of the container. So, so this is the page. On the left-hand side, on the right-hand side, you have information about the sample that is contained in this vial. And if you look in the substance page, you have you can see the molecular weight, which we never imported. It was just taken directly from the registration system. And then there is a link directly back into the chem registration. And so we can then go back and forth very easily between the 2 applications. Now we're going to place these tubes into the store. So we have all the manual stores and locations defined in Mosaic beforehand. And so we are going to drill down and select the freezer, where we don't really know if there is room. So we're going to first check there is room, and then it says there is availability to put these samples, and then we'll ask Mosaic to just pick the first 3 locations available, which are mentioned here. Once we place the samples in the store, we can come back to Mosaic, and this is a representation of where those tubes will be placed on that shelf in the store. Once we're done, we go and we complete the placement. So now Mosaic has acknowledged that these samples were placed in the store. So if we look at that same sample we showed earlier, now you can see that the location has been updated. And if we click on that particular shelf, we'll see that these, now they've been added and next to other samples that were stored. So the other thing that all along Mosaic has been tracking everything that is being done in the system. So we have an audit trail that records all the, from creation to all the movements. And so it's very detailed who did this, when, I mean, there's the date, the operator, and all the details that you need. So, and you can't turn it off. We are tracking everything that is done in the system, so it's very convenient. So going back to then the benefits of this Mosaic integration with ChemAxon registration. So you can combine both the best of both worlds. So you have all the powers of the ChemAxon registration, and then you have a very streamlined and very developed product for your sample management from there. Both of them are very well integrated. You can go back and forth between the 2 applications and very seamlessly. One thing that was not noticeable in the demo video, but both applications were residing in separate cloud servers, but they can be both installed on local servers or in the same. Mosaic can manage inventory also. Something in this demo, I showed only compounds, but Mosaic can manage as well any biological sample. As long as you can define it, we can track it. So you could envision also integrating Mosaic with other type of registration system. So just briefly, so I showed you how to create one type of vial, one substance at a time. We also have a bulk import, so you would basically create a file that has all the information about the container and the substance, and with one import, all these are created in the database. We also have any properties that is tracked in Mosaic can be searched on, so any substance properties, container properties, and this is all available on the web interface. And you can export the results directly in Excel or in pick lists, so if those samples are stored in your manual store, you can then export them and then pick those samples. We also integrate with various automation, as I mentioned earlier. This is the list of what we integrate with in bold. These are the samples that we integrate for our sample bank package. And you can see it ranges from scanners to automated store and online liquid handlers. And obviously, this list grows every day. So it asks us if you have anything you're interested in that is not on this list, and we can see. So thank you very much. If you have any question, I'll be happy to answer. Otherwise, I also have a table over there, so please stop by at the coffee break. I'll be happy to discuss.